I'm going to be looking into those. Since I'm doing aerobics, man, I'm getting ripped for the USA.
Well, I'm going to make sure I'm the biggest thing there.
One man who went up against the big boys was Rico Constantino on a new age TV show, The American Gladiators.
Your first impression of 5'11", 212-pound Rico Constantino is that he's a well-built construction worker. But ask him what he does for fun.
The golden opportunity where you just can't be a nice guy in the job that is Rico.
29-year-old Rico is obviously a versatile athlete. His background in sports includes karate, baseball, and, of course, competitive bodybuilding. But destiny with the ultimate physical challenge, the American Gladiators, came about accidentally.
I worked in construction, and while working in construction, I was injured. And so I had a lot of time on my hands recuperating, and I got to watch TV more and more. And I was watching the Gladiators and the open call, so the open call came for the Gladiators. And I started, training to recoup my injury. And by the time the tryouts came, I was only 80% on my one leg. And after the tryouts, I really trained hard to get 100% back in my leg before I went on the show.
And the fruits of his efforts allowed Rico to dominate above his competition, win the Fall 1990 Championships, and move on into the Grand Championships, where he was narrowly defeated. But his knack for winning, Rico attributes to his training.
I lift about 6-7 days a week, 2 hours, split my body parts up, and do my cardiovascular work on top of that. So I'm more of an athlete now than a bodybuilder. A lot of cross-training. I would go to the beach and play volleyball in the beach sand in sneakers for about 3 hours, play football in the beach sand to build up my endurance. I'd go to a park and climb a baseball backstop, the inside of it, to simulate the wall and stuff like that, and took back up karate and kickboxing for my balance.
And balance definitely seems to be Rico's key to success, whether he's pumping iron or claiming his Gladiator Championship title.
That didn't look so tough, Flex. I bet I can get on that show.
Mike, that's what everybody thinks. But last month, American Muscle went to the tryouts in Universal Studios. It wasn't easy as it looked, bro.
What does it take to be a contender on the hit TV show American Gladiators? That's the exact question that approximately 5,000 athletic hopefuls ask themselves as they venture to Universal Studios Hollywood for the 3rd annual National Contender Search. The qualifying tryout events included chin-ups, the 40-yard dash, the rope climb, running ladders, and finally, Powerball, a head-to-head challenge made popular by the TV show. But according to the Gladiators co-host, Mike Adamley, athleticism is not the only criteria being judged here today.
Athletic skills aren't the only criteria here. The other part is what kind of personality you have. This is, after all, a television show. Not that we're looking for people who do shtick, but we won't look for interesting people. So you have to be, 1, an athlete, and 2, have a personality, be somebody that we care about getting to know better.
One gentleman that the Gladiators got to know real well was 1991 Grand Champion Craig Branham, a 6-foot, 175-pound rodeo cowboy from Canyon Country, California. Craig's successful game plan was to challenge the much bigger Gladiators with his speed.
The key's been, for me, has been quickness, agility, and determination. I mean, you got to be very determined. You got to be extremely aggressive. You can't hold back. It's kind of a one-shot deal here. You get, it's single elimination all the way. So if you lose, you're out.
One of the American Gladiators who has put a lot of people out is Nitro, also known in the bodybuilding and entertainment industries as Dan Clark. Dan has gone head-to-head with the best of contenders and won.
Well, it takes a very agile, quick, but strong athlete, something like a boxer, more than a complete bodybuilder. I find a lot of the big bodybuilders can't do the 25 pull-ups. And then a lot of the smaller, quicker jockey-type guys, they can't do the powerball because the bigger guys bowl them over. So you need an athlete who's in between.
Needless to say, more than a few bodybuilders showed up to test their abilities. And while some of them had trouble with the pull-ups and rope climb, others dominated in all the events, including Kurt Elder, a powerlifter and former bodybuilder who feels his physique is a definite asset.
I think it's highly an advantage. I think it's not only an advantage mentally, but physically as well. I think you need a well-balanced individual to compete at levels like this.
Regardless of your background, speed, or skill, there is something you have to do to succeed on the show. And Nitro knows exactly what it is.
Come ready, come prepared, come with a brain full of intensity, and you definitely have to have a strategy if you're going to win an American Gladiators.
Yeah, it's tough being a contender. Maybe I'll be a gladiator instead. Call myself Guns.
Or maybe Mouth.
Yeah, I'll shave it on the back of my head.